Hey, what's going on, world? It's your boy CJ Reed, author of the book Search Your Thoughts, This Is War. You know what I mean? So I woke up this morning and I woke up kind of early, which is funny because 7:30 is early for me, right? But and it was in my spirit to kind of just speak to the camera, speak to the people. You know, a lot of people, you spend a lot of your time watching TV. And you look at that TV to get inspired. You know, you look at the TV to see the lives of other people, to see what they're doing and what's hot right now, what's jumping. And even in the Christian community, you know, a lot of times you spend your whole day going to church and being in that building and being with the people and really trying to figure out, you know, when's the next Women's Day programming, when's the I don't know, just the next, it's like the in crowd. And it's even worse now because of social media. So it makes, it makes connecting way easier. And I'm not knocking it, but hear what I'm saying. Have you ever thought that your perception of life might not be the correct perception? Can you accept that? That's one. And if it's not, then what's accurate? What's real? So when you really sit down, excuse me, I have a cold too. I know it's not cool to sniff. But when you really sit down and you think about it, you know, I don't know, I'm compelled to try to explain this to you in the best way I can. So listen. In the movie, in the movie Baby Boy, I forgot to do Vin Rames, but he was talking to Tyrese and he was telling him, you know, he's like, y'all don't get it. He said it's about, you know, guns and butter. And he was talking about how the white people, you know, just because he said white people, but he was talking about the white people and how they spend money on stocks and bonds, and you know, and us, we buy things that's fleeting as black people, and it's no color to it, it's just people. So when you look at it, why is that? And can you even think to understand that maybe what your world is smoke and mirrors? Now, a lot of people look at me and say, CJ, you know, how are you successful? How are you, you know, you got a real estate investing company. You have a book now, and you know, you're working on your master's degree. And on top of work, and you know, and we had a multimedia company when I was in the military that was successful. You know, we met several artists. I mean, you can look online, but like B.O.B., I mean, just multiple people. And they say, how could you accomplish all those things? And I'm saying, because I'm not in the matrix. Not in the matrix. Unplug yourself. What do I mean? People invent things for the economy. It's like if the economy were a football team, instead of trying to be on the football team or in the stands watching the game, somebody says, maybe I can make a jersey for them and get paid. Do you hear what I'm saying? Some of you guys are spectating. You're in the stands watching the game, meaning watching TV. And that's a whole environment and crowd by itself. So you sit there amongst your friends with your drinks. You're the lazy crowd. And you sit there and comment on everything that's happening in this game of life. That's the football game, right? And then on the other side of that, you have some people who are playing the game, which means you're an employee. You're getting paid a good salary. But the moment they cut you off that team, you don't know how to eat. You don't know how to fend for yourself. You don't know how to do anything. And then there's somebody, let's go, there's 4 levels. Then there's somebody who constructed the entire arena and the game, and he or she sits in the background and eats off of all the components of that game. That's an owner. You know what I mean? So like nobody can cut the owner. The owner's gonna get paid regardless of what pieces get pulled out. Then you have vendors or merchants, and that's somebody that would sell you the jersey. So that's somebody like me that says, hey, I might not be Coca-Cola, but as you sit there and drink that Coke and watch that football game, I might be the person that sells you that couch so you can be comfortable as you do that. So I'm not part of that whole football Sunday culture, but I'm selling you a piece of that. I'm still eating off you. Now, in your perception, that moment sitting on that couch watching that football game, you know, I don't know, like my team, the Niners. So you watching the Niners, right? And you got your friends there, y'all smoking, y'all drinking, y'all kicking it, y'all chopping it up. that was created. That you didn't create that world. You think you created that world, but you really made decisions, purchasing decisions to make that moment. You bought the house, you bought or rented that apartment, you bought the products that are at that party, you bought the TV, you bought the cable, but all that stuff was presented to you. So you could spend your hard-earned money, slave mentality, to feed people like me who hustle to put these mirrors in front of you to make you feel like you're making decisions. But really, we're making money off of your decisions. Now you say, well, okay, that does it make sense? Yes or no? Who's going to tell you? If you and I are competing in a football game and you're losing, what makes you think I'm gonna come into your locker room at halftime and say, hey, listen, big homie, I'm killing you on my routes, chopping you up all day, but I'm gonna tell you how to stop me. Who does that? The big homie does it, because it's enough out here for everybody to eat. You know what I do all day? Let me show you. I read books. I read books on investing. I read books on business. You know what I don't do all day? Get on Facebook. I don't get on Twitter all day. I have all those accounts, and the only reason I have them is for business. It's a game. They make you think this is real and this is life, and then you become part of the cool crowd. But think about this, you guys. The amount of time, calculate last year, the amount of time at work, at home, that you in between when you're driving on the subway, because I live in New York. Excuse me. Think about all the time that you spent on Facebook or social media. See what I'm saying? You could have learned the language. You have a job and you saying, hey, I can't get employed, they won't promote me. You could have spent that time learning on Rosetta Stone. You could have had a whole nother language on your resume and moved to Puerto Rico with a whole new experience of life and changed your life for your kids. So I'm speaking to everybody, but now I'm going to speak directly to the men. What happened to the hustle game, fam? What happened when a man looked a woman in the face and said, you know what? By hell or hot water, I'm gonna take care of you. I got you. I'm tired of looking at these dudes looking at me like I'm tripping because I'm out here grinding for my family. I was brought up that way. My father taught me that. What happened to the men? Think about it. Y'all sit home and y'all complain. If we were back in hunter and gatherer times, fam, you would be done. Your whole family would be starving. You'd be over there picking berries, fam, with like some twigs on. You wouldn't even be out there with the grown men hustling to go get real meat. People like myself grinding, and you wouldn't even be out there. You wouldn't even respect you. You sitting up there, and as you watch this video, what are you doing to protect your family? I'm not talking about that illegal. I'm not talking about go out here and get you a pack on consignment and make something happen. I'm talking about really making a hustle work, not shortchanging success and saying, baby, I got you the next 20 years of my life as a man. I'm going to tell you where we're going to be, how we're going to do it, and where we're going to be sitting. Our kids going to be smooth. I got you. What happened? What happened? So I'm just trying to unplug y'all this morning. Normally, I don't really be on all this, but I just felt like it was imperative, you know. And it goes into the book, Search Your Thoughts. This is war. I'm a Christian, and I'm going to come from a Christian perspective. But a lot of y'all so gassed up on the wrong thing. Even the church got y'all so gassed up. Y'all want to go and it's like the Pharisee mentality. Y'all sitting in this little temple trying to plot to kill Jesus. Fam, change your life. These people don't pay your bills. They don't pay your bills. Why do y'all care if one person is gay and they're not, and we need to go stop the world? And Jesus does not need you to fight for him. God wanted to kill us all right now. He could do that regardless if we believe in him or not. He doesn't need you to defend him. But fam, go listen to him and go change your life and get off this. After you watch this video, get off this damn social media and go do something productive that's going to put real money in your pocket, that you can really make change and go help people, your family, homeless people, people who need an education, people who are less fortunate than yourself. Go read a book. If you can't tell me something you learned today that was worthwhile, that changed your life, you're playing with it. Quit playing with it, you know. So it's your boy CJ Reed. I'm gonna get off that soapbox, but holla at me. Hopefully this turn you up this morning, man. It's so much out here to go get. I mean, if I wish y'all can get in my life and in my checkbook, but I'm telling y'all, man, it's because we don't have cable, we don't have any of that stuff, man. We cut it out our lives because it's distractions. It's people out here really hurting, and it's a blessing that God has for you that's attached to other people. So why are you sitting up here playing? It's people waiting on you the same way they was waiting on David to be king. And he had to go through some things before he could even do it. So go through what you need to go through and quit playing. Grown man, quit playing. I'm serious, yo. Holla at me. And go check out the book, Search Your Thoughts, This Is War. It's www.searchyourthoughts.com. You know I got to plug that out. All right, holla at me. It's your boy CJ.